Hello everyone, this is Rajeshwari, Assistant Professor of English. In today's session, let's discuss Australian literature. When we learn Australian literature, we need to know a few concepts of Australian literature, especially Indigenous Australians. Indigenous Australians are the earliest inhabitants of Australia. They inhabited Australia even before the British colonization. Indigenous Australians are two kinds, the Aboriginals and Torres Strait Islanders. Aboriginals were the earliest inhabitants of the mainland of Australia. Torres Strait Islanders were the residents of the Torres Strait Island. This Torres Strait Island was part of the state of Queensland. This Torres Strait Island was part of the Northern Australia. Around 274 islands were there. These Torres Strait Islanders were different from the Aboriginal people of mainland. These Torres Strait Islanders were different from the Aboriginal people of the mainland of Australia. They are often grouped with them as Indigenous Australians because these people, these Torres Strait Islanders, were the part of the Northern Australia. That is why these people are also grouped as or named as Indigenous Australians. These Torres Strait Islanders have their own different identity, history, culture, and traditions. Most of the Torres Strait Islanders live on the mainland of Australia. The term Indigenous refers to the both Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. These Aboriginal people were multilingual and they spoke around 250 languages, whereas the Torres Strait Islanders were bilingual or trilingual. There were 3 distinct languages in Torres Strait Island. Africa, Australia, the Caribbean, India, Canada were all colonized by the British at some point of time. Reasons for colonization were different. These Europeans colonized India for trade and commerce. But this British colonized Australia for some other reason. Because prisons in England became overcrowded. Europeans used to send their convicts or prisoners to their colonized territory. So they used to send their prisoners to America also. But in 1783, after the American War of Independence, these Americans refused or they denied to accept any more convicts. So at this point of time, these Europeans were forced to find out a new place for their convicts. So that is how, based on the instruction of Arthur Phillip was a Royal Navy officer. So as per his instruction, Captain James Cook, who was assigned to find out a new place for the convicts of England. This Captain Cook is considered as one of the greatest navigators and explorers of all time. So he landed in Australia in the year 1770 and he claimed or declared it as British territory or British colony, and then he named it as New South Wales. But the process of colonization began in the year 1788. In the year 1788, Australia has become the colony of the British. So later, a fleet of 11 ships containing 736 convicts had reached the land of Australia along with the Royal Navy officer Arthur Phillip. This Arthur Phillip was the first governor of New South Wales. Then who led the British settlement and the colonization of Australia. So we need to remember this name always when we learn Australian literature. This Arthur Phillip was the reason behind the British settlement, who led the British settlement and colonization of Australia. Then he became the governor of the New South Wales. Captain James Cook has described the land of Australia as terra nullius. Once he reached the land in 1770, he declared it as terra nullius, which means no one's land, nobody's land. This land belongs to no one. This is how he declared the land. There was a reason behind his declaration, because when Captain James Cook landed in Australia, he decided that Australia was terra nullius. It was an empty land. The land belongs to no one. The reason was, to Captain James Cook, these aboriginals were primitive savages. They were uncivilized barbarians because they don't have any culture of wearing clothes. They don't have any tradition of wearing clothes. And they don't have any concept of building homesteads or houses. And they don't have any concept of fencing of their property. They don't have any concept of dividing their property. So, there were literally no property owners. That is why he called it as terra nullius. Convictism. The term convictism means it is a policy or practice of transporting convicts or prisoners to the colonial territory. Life in Britain was really hard. New machines were invented. As the new machines were invented, people lost their farming jobs. So they decided to move to the cities. Then the cities were overcrowded. Most of the people don't have any job. The people, those who moved from the villages to the cities, they don't have any particular job. And they were really poor. So, to survive their life, people started stealing. That is how the prisons became full in England. That is how the prisons became overcrowded in England. Most of the crimes were silly or petty. For example, stealing above the value of 1 shilling or stealing under the value of 1 shilling. Then buying or receiving stolen goods or jewels, stealing lead or iron, or buying or receiving this lead or iron or copper. Then setting fire to underwood. Underwoods means small trees or shrubs which were growing beneath taller timber trees. So setting fire to this underwood. Then stealing clothes, animals. These were the reasons for their punishment. But apart from these silly reasons, some other reasons were also there, like political protest and prostitution. So this is how the prisons in England became overcrowded. So when the Americans refused to receive any more convicts in England after their War of Independence, this England has come to the position of finding out a new place to send their convicts. That is how, as per the instruction of Arthur Phillip, this Captain James Cook has landed in Australia and declared it as the British colony, declared it as a British territory. Then this Britain decided to set up a penal colony in Australia to relieve their overcrowded prisons. Penal colony it's a settlement. They were transporting their prisoners to some other remote locations, for example islands or some other distant colonial territories. So that is how Britain decided to set up their penal colony in Australia to relieve their overcrowded prisons. Then conflicts between settlers and Aboriginal culture. In the year 1788, the British settlers tried to assimilate the Aboriginals into the British culture, and then they tried to get them to work in their new colony. Aboriginals tried to avoid the contact with the settlers in the beginning. But as the settlers' numbers increased, minor conflicts began. Arthur Phillip, who tried to get the Aboriginal people by being nice to them at first, and he tried to civilize these Aboriginals. But in the year 1797, the attitudes and policies of the British government has changed completely. Now, they don't want to civilize these Aboriginals, but to keep them out, but to send them out of their land. This was the attitude of the Europeans in the year 1797. Other impacts on Aboriginals. These Aboriginals lost their life and their land has taken away by the colonizers. Moreover, these colonizers tried to impose certain new social, economic and religious orders upon them. And new diseases also introduced to them, because the convicts, those who were transported from England to Australia, they were already infected by the infectious diseases like cholera, tuberculosis, measles and smallpox. So when they came to this new land, Australia, they spread these infectious diseases also. So that is how these diseases have spread among the Aboriginals. And they lost their hunting grounds, they faced starvation, despair, and they lost their pride. Then, alcohol is also introduced to them. Frontier War. The Frontier War refers to the conflicts between the Aboriginals and the Europeans or the settlers. The Australian Frontier Wars were a series of conflicts that were fought between indigenous Australians and European settlers. This war spanned a total of 146 years from 1788 to 1934, around 146 years. The first fighting took place several months after the landing of their first fleet in 1788, and it lasted till 1934. The reasons for conflict. There were many reasons behind their conflict. Many slaughters or massacres between Aborigines and the Europeans occurred after the white settlers arrived on the shores of Australia in the year 1788. The white settlers thought that these Aborigines were barbaric savages. They thought these Aborigines were dangerous or treacherous, and they thought that these Aborigines were cannibalistic. Cannibalistic means man-eaters. So this angered or this enraged the Aboriginal people and caused conflicts and caused a lot of conflicts. White people thought that they were superior to the Aboriginals. The Europeans believed that these Aborigines had no right to interfere in any work of theirs. Moreover, some white people thought that these Aboriginal people were pests or destructive insects in the progress of their colonization of Australia. Aborigines and Europeans had different religious views, traditions, and beliefs. Europeans failed to accept that the land belonged to the Aborigines. They never accept the fact that this land belonged to the Aborigines. Then they declared it as terra nullius, no man's land, and they called it as their own. These Aboriginal people became angry because the Europeans were invading their own land and then claiming it as and then declared it as their own. This caused several conflicts. The effects of conflicts. After the Europeans arrived in Australia, they declared it as terra nullius. As we have already discussed, they declared it as terra nullius and they claimed it as their own land. The white settlers, then started to sell this land to other settlers, those who had migrated. These white settlers, they had started to sell the land of these aboriginals to other settlers, those who had migrated. The aboriginals at first thought that these white settlers were just visiting their land, but board after board made them to believe the fact that these people were not just visiting their land but simply occupying the land of their own. Even though the land was theirs, it was literally being taken away from their hands. The Europeans brought many new beliefs and new cultures to Australians. The white settlers also brought diseases, infectious diseases along with them. And especially the smallpox killed around 50% of Aborigines during the colonization of British. So, this European settlement had a severe and devastating or destructive impact on the indigenous people. Their dispossession of land, they lost their land and they exposed to new diseases and they involved in violent conflicts, and it resulted in the death of a large number of Aboriginal people. Moreover, these Aboriginal women and girls were exploited or sexually abused by these European settlers. So this is how Australia has become the colony of the Europeans or the British. Hope you all understood this session. Thanks for listening.